Welcome, savvy learners, to our financial enlightenment journey. Whether you're a novice in the financial world or a seasoned investor looking to sharpen your knowledge, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to unravel the secrets of the wealthy and how they continue to amass wealth through smart investment decisions. But before we dive into this intriguing world, we have a small request. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button to join our community of learners. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find our content helpful. See that bell icon? Click on it to stay updated with our latest videos. Now, on with the show. Up next is a fascinating insight into the paradox of wealth accumulation. Welcome back to our channel. Have you ever wondered how they keep getting richer? It's a question that has crossed many minds, sparking both fascination and frustration. The answer lies in the paradox of wealth accumulation. It's not just about earning more, it's about making your work for you. This is where the concept of investing comes into play. The affluent don't just hoard their money under a mattress, they strategically place their wealth in avenues that generate more wealth. These avenues are often assets, stocks, and bonds. Assets could be anything from real estate to rare artwork. Stocks are essentially a piece of a company that you can own, and bonds are like lending your money to a company or government for a fixed return. These are not just pathways for the rich to amass wealth. They are opportunities accessible to everyone. So how do they do it? Let's dive deeper. The rich understand the power of investing. But what does investing really mean? In the simplest terms, investing is the act of putting your money to work for you. It's about taking your hard-earned cash and using it to buy things that will hopefully generate more money over time. Now, let's explore the world of investments, which is primarily composed of three main components: assets, stocks, and bonds. When we talk about assets, we're referring to anything of value that can be bought or sold. This could be real estate, precious metals, or even a rare collection of vinyl records. The key with assets is that they have the potential to increase in value over time. Stocks, on the other hand, represent a share in the ownership of a company and constitute a claim on part of the company's assets and earnings. When you buy a stock, you're essentially purchasing a small piece of that company. Stocks can be a bit more volatile than other assets, but they also offer the potential for higher returns. Then there are bonds. Bonds are essentially loans that you give to a company or government. In return, they promise to pay you back the amount of the loan, plus interest, over a specified period of time. Bonds are typically considered a safer investment than stocks, but they also usually offer lower returns. Now, you might be thinking, should I put all my money in one type of investment? The answer is a resounding no. Diversification is key. By spreading your investments across a variety of assets, stocks, and bonds, you can balance risk and reward based on your financial goals, risk tolerance, and investment horizon. Remember, investing isn't about getting rich quick. It's about building wealth over the long term. And while the world of investing can seem overwhelming, it doesn't have to be. With a bit of knowledge and a sound strategy, you can make your money work for you. Investing is a game of strategy, and understanding these elements is the first step. Buying assets is a fundamental strategy of the rich. It's not just about accumulating money, but acquiring assets that can grow in value and generate income. Consider real estate. When you purchase a property, you're not just buying a place to live or work. You're investing in a tangible asset that can appreciate in value over time. Plus, if you rent out this property, it can generate a steady stream of income. Or, think about owning a business. When you own a piece of a company, you share in its profits. It's a bit like planting a tree. It might take time and care to grow, but eventually it can bear fruit that you can enjoy. Of course, buying assets isn't without risk. The value of assets can fluctuate, and there's no guarantee of returns. But with careful planning and smart decisions, assets can provide a steady flow of income, building your wealth over time. Stocks are another favorite of the wealthy. They're like buying a piece of a company, and as the company grows, so does your investment. But how does one buy stocks? Let's take a walk through the process. First, you'll need a brokerage account. This is like a bank account, but for stocks. Once you've got that set up, you'll need to decide what kind of stocks you want to buy. There are thousands of companies to choose from, each with their own potential for growth and risk. Now, you might be thinking, high risk? That sounds scary. And you're not wrong. The stock market can be a roller coaster ride. One day, you're on top of the world. The next, you're in the trenches. But remember this, high risk can also mean high reward. Yes, there's a chance you could lose your investment, but there's also a chance you could double, triple, even quadruple your money. That's the beauty of stocks. They offer a potential for returns that few other investments can match. But here's the key. Do your research. Understand the company you're investing in. Know their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunities, and their threats. And always diversify your portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. While stocks can be volatile, they also offer significant potential for wealth accumulation. So are you ready to take the plunge? Bonds are the third pillar of a rich person's investment strategy. Now let's dive into the world of bonds. Picture this. Bonds are like IOUs, but with a twist. When you buy a bond, you're essentially lending money to an entity, like a government or a corporation. In return, they promise to pay you back the principal amount after a certain period, plus interest along the way. This is your potential return. Investing in bonds is a bit like being a detective. You need to scrutinize the bond issuer's creditworthiness. This is where credit rating agencies come in handy, providing ratings that indicate the issuer's ability to pay back. The higher the rating, the safer the bond. But remember, with higher safety often comes lower returns. That's the trade-off. So you may want to balance your portfolio with a mix of high-risk, high-return bonds and low-risk, low-return bonds. Bonds are typically less volatile than stocks, making them a more stable investment. But they're not risk-free. The primary risk is that the issuer might default on their payments. However, this risk is generally low for bonds issued by stable governments and reputable corporations. To start investing in bonds, you can either buy them directly or through bond funds. Bond funds pool money from many investors to buy a diversified portfolio of bonds, spreading the risk and offering a more accessible entry point for smaller investors. Bonds offer steady, reliable returns, making them a safe and sound investment for wealth accumulation. So, why not add some bonds to your wealth-building strategy? So, what can we learn from the rich? Well, the secret to wealth building is not so secret after all. It's about investing wisely, and that means diversifying your portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different assets, stocks, and bonds. This approach not only maximizes your potential returns, but also minimizes your risks. Speaking of risks, always remember that investing is not about making a quick buck. It's about managing risks and making informed decisions. So do your homework, understand what you're investing in, and be mindful of the market trends. And finally, patience is key. Wealth accumulation doesn't happen overnight. It's a long-term game. So, stick to your plan, be consistent, and let your investments grow over time. With the right knowledge and strategy, you too can start on the path to becoming rich. Remember to like, subscribe, and keep investing wisely. Before we wrap up, we want to remind you of the power of sharing. If this video has enlightened you in any way, don't keep it to yourself. Knowledge, just like wealth, increases when shared. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friends, family, or anyone you think could benefit from it. An animation should now be appearing on your screen, showing you just how to do that. Remember, by sharing this video, you're not just helping us, you're helping someone else get on the path to financial freedom. So let's spread the wealth of knowledge, because together we can make a difference. Remember to subscribe for more insightful content like this, and as always, keep investing wisely.